I just got a real hankering to sort out my studio, and I always planned on documenting the process of distilling everything down from my art business. I'm making like a unofficial kind of series on my channel where I am going to be documenting the process of being a freelance illustrator and working in this studio space that I've worked in for the past 6 years, and transferring all of that into the back of a van, because I'm going to be becoming a nomadic illustrator and working from a converted van that me and my husband are going to live in and travel and work, and it's just going to be a completely different thing, but I'm trying to take it step by step in order to get to that eventual point. And one of those steps is going to be clearing out my studio, getting rid of everything I don't need, and also having those dilemmas, what to do with things that are kind of important but won't fit in the van, and what to do with them, and hopefully my mum will take them. I'm not sure if she will, but hopefully someone I know will look after the things that I don't want to get rid of. Trying to be quite brutal with everything. I really don't need very much at all. I think I'm quite lucky in that I am quite a minimalist artist anyway. I work strictly in watercolour for my commercial work anyway. Outside of that, I do like to use coloured pencils sometimes and pens, so I will be taking like a small selection of those with me. There's going to be another video where I talk about my art supplies that I'm taking on the road. That's not this video. This video is going to be me clearing out various corners of this studio space. And the first corner is behind me. I've got 2 sets of drawers that are full of paintings, mostly client work. I'm really unsure what to do with it all. I like what I've created, but as you'll see, it's like stacks and stacks of work that I just can't bring with me. There's going to be some selling of some artwork off the back of this video, so look out for that. And yeah, I'm just going to be hopefully making some determined decisions today. This will probably be a video that spans across multiple days, but I hope it's interesting, and yeah, let's get into it. But first, actually, I'm going to drink my tea. I thought maybe you might want to have a look at the studio. If you're curious, this is what it looks like in its natural state. So I've got various lights just hanging around in the room. So these are the 2 lights that I use. This one's like a newer one. I really like it. It's like a ring light. I've never had a ring light before. It's good for overhead filming. And this is the corner that I usually film in, and it's got some nice books, some plants, my humidifier, 2 gorgeous little dogs, some books where I charge everything. This is Craig's desk, but he's away at the moment, so it's become my desk. It very quickly becomes my desk. And yeah, this is my desk here as well. And another desk here, also mine. It gets very busy when I'm working on projects and stuff. But I've tidied everything into a neat pile and hidden it under a paper pad. And then Craig has his kind of businessy books in the corner. We really need to get rid of them because they're full of trash. And a chocolate bar, which I'm going to eat this evening, I think, whilst I'm working. So yeah, it's looking pretty tidy at the moment. Inside this cupboard here contains all of my like miscellaneous art stuff from the past decade or so. So there's a lot of stuff to sort through and make decisions about in there. Come on down. Behind me, the first thing to clear out is, this is like a really old MacBook Pro that I got given by an ex-boyfriend. So it's crashed and it's died, and I don't know what to do with it. Let me know how to recycle really old laptops, I'd love to know. This is the more fun of the drawers, I would say. It has all of my art supplies in it, and I really neglect this drawer. I don't use enough of the things that, and some of these things I've been very kindly gifted, not making use of them. I spend too much time working on client projects, and then I don't use these things for fun. So this is something amazing that I don't want to get rid of because it's so cool. It's like loads and loads of samples of Daniel Smith watercolour paints, and Daniel Smith is like a really good brand of watercolour. I've got like a few of their tubes, but not many because they're quite expensive. But yeah, one of my patrons gifted me this ages ago, sent it to me from America, I think. I should experiment with those and maybe see about buying some. Whoa, they've got one that looks like an opal. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this. Maybe do a video where I just try out all of these colours. That was a lot of talking for just one thing. I need to speed up. We've got some pens. Japanese stationery is so nice, so I'm definitely keeping those. I do want to keep this. It's something that, I know it's tiny, but also it is, you have to consider absolutely everything you take into a van. So I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile because I really do want to keep it. It's useful for like sketchbook pages and yeah, like writing notes to people. And I've got lots of different kits of watercolour that I've been sent over the years or I've purchased. I don't think I'm ever going to get to them. I'm quite like stuck in my ways when it comes to watercolour. I just like my tubes of watercolour. I don't really like watercolour pans, so I don't really think I will get any of use out of these. They haven't actually even been opened. And then we have some more lovely watercolours here. This is a little travel kit, but I will clean it up a bit and see if anyone wants it. It's even got its own little paintbrush in there, just like, these are some Japanese watercolours. I've dabbled in these a little bit, cleaned these up a bit, and then these will be for sale as well. I'd love to make sure that all of these go to a good home so they're not wasted. They've barely been used. So these are from Hanamule, which is like a German brand, I think. I really like their watercolour paper. And oh, these are, oh, I thought this was like a paint set, but it's not. It's watercolour postcards. I'm definitely keeping these. And that's the top drawer done. The second one has barely anything in it. Lucky me. We just have a very old, crusty paint palette. I haven't actually decided what paint palette I'm taking on the road yet. I've just got a little plastic tub and another little plastic tub. These might be quite useful for like organisation in the van, so I'm going to keep these. Got a little present. I know what this is. Some of my Ocean Bingo playing cards. I'll show them to you. Then I have this, kind of like my collage station. I like to put everything in these little shallow cardboard trays to kind of keep some sort of order around things. So this is just like some little bits of ephemera. It's got a couple of magazines in it. I can't remember where this one came from, but it's got quite a lot of cool imagery in it. And I always thought I might use it for collages at some point. So I think I found a solution for keeping some of these interesting bits that I've wanted to hold on to for all this time for some reason. Like Frankie magazine is beautiful. There's probably some photography in here that I want to keep to make collages and stuff. Collages is something I make when I'm feeling uninspired, by the way. It helps me like think about ideas and putting different images together. This is gorgeous. It's like a vintage postcard with, I think they're taxidermy bunnies. They don't look alive. How could I ever get rid of this? Here's a Kill the Bill sticker. We didn't kill the bill, and protest is heavily criminalised in the UK. I might get rid of that one because it's making me feel sad. So yeah, my solution with my ephemera is to scan these pieces in, and then I'll have a folder on my laptop that's just got these. And then I can make a digital collage by just cutting things up on Photoshop and arranging them there. Oh, I've also got a zine that I was very kindly sent by a viewer. It's all about her travels in Japan. It's like the most lovely bit of post that I've ever got. I will leave their socials linked down below. I found it very endearing. And what a lovely gift to be sent a zine. I loved it. Things like this that I don't know what to do with, because this is obviously like a lovely gift that I've been given and I don't really want to get rid of it. Oh, and then I have some more watercolour paper. This is something that's going to add so much weight to the van because I am going to need to keep a stash of watercolour pads in the van, and also I'm not going to have access to art shops all the time, so I am going to have to keep this in stock. Oh, this is something exciting in here. This is something that's going to be featuring in a future video coming quite soon, I think. These are some very special paintbrushes. They're like handmade and I can't wait to use them. We're already onto the fourth drawer. I've got some calendars. These ones are like proofs, so they're not actually how the finished calendar looked. This is like a calendar I designed. And I'm thinking what I might do is cut these calendars up. They're like spare ones, like just cut them out and then I can use them either in like sketchbook pages as like collaging, or I can write notes on the back of them to include in like things that I'm shipping out. That'll probably be what I do. Like the paper isn't very thick at all, so it's not like I can cut these up and sell them as like mini prints or anything. They're not high enough quality for that, so, but I do want to make use of these somehow. I've got some drawing paper here, a pad of drawing paper, and I'm going to keep this. I'm hoping to do more drawing in the van as well. And then the last thing in this drawer is all of these paintings. Like, look at this stash. I just have created so many paintings these past few years. I've been working on really intensive projects involving loads of illustrations, and this is what happens when you do that kind of work. You just have mountains of paper and you don't really know what to do with it. It's later now. I just walked the dogs and made myself some dinner. This pile here is actually like my most recent pieces of work, so I can't really show these actually. Sometimes I show recent work on Patreon because it's like a little tight-knit community. I can show these actually. I recently started working with BBC Wildlife magazine again. This is some work. I do like a monthly column in their magazine. I do the illustration for it, called Female Species. It's like a really interesting column about tendencies of various female species, like their behavioural habits. So this is a pair of orcas, a matriarchal orca and her son hunting together. Here's a meerkat screaming because the females are very ferocious apparently. A prairie dog as well. Ridgeback turtles on a beach. Or is it, are they olive Ridley turtles actually, I think. Topi, females having a fight. A jacana bird protecting her hoard of eggs. Swamp wallaby. Oh yes, can't forget the naked mole rat. Yeah, I'd love to sell some of these. I know one of my patrons wanted to have this piece, so I'm probably going to give them first dibs. And then we have some illustrations from my 2022 calendar. So these are a couple of my favourite pieces actually, especially this one, but also really enjoyed doing this one as well. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be selling these pieces. This is like my least favourite one. It was a calendar about micro habitats, a rock pool. So yeah, there's 12 pieces of art in this series obviously, and yeah, every single original will be for sale at some point in the very near future. I think I will probably give first dibs to my patrons again. I'm actually thinking of making mini prints of some of my favourite illustrations from the calendar as well. So if you don't want to buy original artwork, I will probably make a limited run of some mini prints. And this is all dog illustrations for the dog park board game. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. I have this painting which is for my sister's wedding invitation. I will sell that. This is the painting that was on the board design for dog park board game. Just have so many dog paintings. I've got like dogs on the brain because I'm still working with Birdwood Games, who published Dog Park, and I'm painting even more dogs for them. Not a day goes by when I don't think about dog breeds. So I'm definitely going to hold on to these. Maybe the client might like some of these. Oh, here is a drawing of an opossum. I'll put it in the sell pile. These were for the Ocean Bingo board game. And then a lot of these were for, I think, Lonely Planet, perhaps? I think that's what they're for. So these are actually quite old paintings. I think I will check, that's kind of a cool one. I think I will check with the client, but I probably will want to sell some of these. And that one's cute too, a European turtle. I believe the last bit of footage was me showing you a picture of a turtle, and then my memory card was full and I was like, I'm just going to stop for the evening and pick this up tomorrow. So I feel like I made good progress yesterday. Most of these drawers are now mostly cleared, just the stuff in there is the stuff I'm either taking with me in the van or I'm going to be selling. It's been cleared out and I'm happy with that. And last night I also made a bit of a start on this side as well. I've just organised this bottom drawer and it has lots of, well not lots, like some odds and ends of products that I'm going to be putting in my Etsy shop, doing like a last Etsy hurrah. These are like notepads that you can use for like shopping lists and stuff. They've got fruit and vegetables on them, and I like them. And I've got stickers as well, and none of these have ever seen the light of day. They've I've only been using them for Patreon top tier goodie bags so far, so I guess a lot of the stuff that will go into the little Etsy sale that I do will be new to some people who aren't my patrons. Anyway, that's organised. This drawer's empty. This drawer's empty, and this drawer is the one that I'm going to be clearing out, and this one, and this one. My washi tape collection, a couple of measuring tapes as well, for good measure. For good measure? Probably like limit myself to what ones I'll take with me in the van. I do find that washi tape is quite useful for different things, so I probably will keep some on board in the van, but probably not this much. This is quite nice and light, but it does take up space, so I need to cut those down. I have some more leftover stock here, just some square postcards, and then also a recipe card that I had made. I've got some of those. This is just for my Snickers Bites recipe. I'm thinking of making, well, not I'm thinking of, I'm hoping to make more recipe cards using up the illustrations I made for the cookbook that never saw the light of day either, because I didn't end up going through with it. It was too much. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be clearing out these drawers. I've got some unopened washi tape. This is a nice little set. So I think I will put this with my unused art supply collection and get rid of this somehow. And the same for this, I think. Although this will be useful, I'm thinking it's like a tool that you use for like folding paper really neatly. A paper creaser is its official name. And I've never opened this. I can't even remember when I bought it, but I'm wondering whether to keep it, because in the van I was really hoping to be able to carve some time out for myself to make my very first zine. Hopefully multiple zines, I'd really love to. I feel like I'll have lots of material to put in the zines, like it could just be like a travel zine. That involves a lot of folding of paper, because I imagine that I will assemble them myself, these zines. Hello dear watcher, as you can see, this is the moment where my audio left the building. So you might be able to tell that I've got a new microphone. It's just one of those wireless lapel ones, and I really quite like it. Let me know what you think about the audio in these videos, but yeah, I'm just getting the hang of it. And for some reason it stopped recording at this point. But I am just going to try and do a voiceover over the top of all of this footage, so you can kind of get a feel for what I was saying, what I was going on about in these clips. So I'm showing you some rotary blades here. These are what you use when you're making a quilt or when you're cutting fabric. And I bought them because it's one of my life ambitions to make a quilt someday. But I'm just not in that season of my life right now. I can't be carrying around lots of pieces of fabric. So I'll get to that at some point in my life if I'm lucky enough to. And this is a book of postcards of fancy rabbit breeds. And I love this book of postcards. I've not used all of it, I've used some of it, but there's still quite a few postcards left. I really would like to send this to a good home. If you would like this set of postcards, let me know and I'll send it to you. And this is a box of wax stamp equipment. So there's the wax that you melt, and then I'm going to show you in a second the stamp. You use it like as a wax seal, like on envelopes and things. I used it for my wedding invitations. I think I'm going to sell this kit because I really like it, and I think someone else would like it too. And now I'm showing you one of my sketchbooks. This is just like a really rough sketchbook that I intended to use whilst I'm just like chilling out and watching the TV. So I've got predictably sketches of Craig, there's Craig, and also the dogs, because That's what I'm looking at when I'm watching TV. And these are some cards, some hand printed cards. They're really massive and I've never sent them to anyone, not even been opened. I just think they're beautiful, but I've never had the occasion to send them to anyone. And now I'm showing you more of my greetings card selection. I always like to keep a collection of greetings cards from various artists. This is one of my favourite greetings cards ever. So if you get that greetings card, know that I love you. These are the rest of them from different illustrators that I really like. I'm going to keep those, I think, and send them to people. And then these are all my notebooks that I've kept over the years. There's like a couple of Fran Nerd journals in there. There's like yearly planners as well. I need to work out all of that and how I'm going to transfer that information. And now I'm getting out the top drawer stuff. And this is a badge. It says Rebels get results. I need to put that badge onto a denim jacket. I remember I was saying that because I think that badge is really cool. And then this is a vegan sticker that I was given. And then also another badge that I was given by one of my patrons that again needs to go on my denim jacket. Here is something very special. If you've watched my channel for a while, you've seen the process of me making this mini concertina sketchbook filled with pavement plants. I love this project and I'm feeling inspired when I look at this, thinking I'd love to make something like that on the road again, and maybe I need to buy some more of those little concertina sketchbooks because they're filled with watercolour paper as well. And then this is my sticker collection from artists that I love, that I've collected or been gifted over the years, and I've just got too many stickers, but they're very lovely and I don't think I can get rid of them. Can I? Like, look at them, they're so lovely. I think I just need to stick them, I don't know, I was thinking like, what if I put them all on the dashboard of the van, or like the glove compartment or something, or the door, I don't know. I need to keep these somehow. I'm not gonna have notebooks really, so I can't stick them on a notebook. I need to know where to stick them. I'm not really gonna have many surfaces, but I'll figure out. And then this is a fountain pen that I have because I was thinking that it's a more sustainable way of writing because you just refill it. You're not constantly buying plastic biros all the time. So I might look into doing that. So the last part of this video is just going to be me talking through some of the paintings that I've taken from the drawers. At this point, I was needing to charge my mic. It's another thing that I'm learning about. I just use the inbuilt mic on my camera, so it's really not very loud. So you might need to adjust the volume for this last bit. Apologies, this video is a bit all over the place. I've got some piles of stuff, like I told you. This box here is memory things. So I've got like notes that people have written me over the years. And this was from High Fest, which was like an illustration fair that I used to go to. This memory card has like all of our wedding photos on it, so it's kind of precious. Yeah, like zines that people have given me over the years. This one, Eva Redamonti, I love this. I love their artwork so much. Like, look at that, whoa, I couldn't possibly get rid of this. So I'm actually kind of pleased with myself that like this is my memory box. Like, it's actually way smaller than I thought it would be. Like, these are precious things that have like memory attached to them. I guess they're like sentimental things, so I'm hoping that I can put these in storage. And then this is another thing that will need to go into storage. Let's look at the height here of all the paintings. I can't get rid of these just yet, I don't think, so they need to go somewhere in storage. And then the last pile is the selling pile. I've written check and then sell just so I check that I've got a digital copy of all of these paintings, and then I will list these. Oh, I'm wanting to finish this one before I list it. It's like a study of some wax cat mushrooms. A ramen. Yeah, I need to check I've got digital copies of these, and then they'll be going in my Etsy shop. And then over here we have my sell or donate pile. This is like art supplies that I've shown you already. Got my paint kits here. These are going to be going to my local junior school in the art department, and maybe some of these other things will as well if they need any of it. Or I think some of it I will put on my Vinted account, and if you
would like any secondhand or like unused supplies, then you can check out Vinted. Then the very last pile is under my little mini standing desk. These are like scrap bits. They're like old bits that I don't like very much, odds and ends from various projects. And what I'm going to do is check that I have digital copies of these paintings. I'll show you some of them actually, in case you're interested. Just like food illustrations and like portraits that I just don't really need to hold on to. Like this was for an editorial commission and this was for an editorial commission, but like if I've got digital versions of these I don't really need to keep it. This one too. It's like not my favourite pieces of work, but like work that I've done over the years. There's like got some more editorial portraits here. I think these were in a YouTube video I did, weren't they? So I just don't really need to hold on to them. Like they're good to put in my online portfolio, my website, just to show my style and help me get future work, but I don't need to hold on to them necessarily for any reason. So yeah, they'll either be recycled or I will add them to my ephemera pile. That's the end of this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed watching this one, and thank you so much for all of your lovely messages that you left on last week's video. I really loved reading through them all, and I'm just so amazed that so many of you have come back to watch my videos and aren't mad at me for going away for so long. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again hopefully next week for another video. Bye!